Hey, yeah, what's up, everybody? Back again with another Codewars exercise, yet another. It's a Python exercise called Initialize My Name. And I said Codewars. Yes, Codewars. Another code breakdown. I believe this is 101. We're in here. Let's do it. Let's do the damn thing. All right, more code. Another day, another coding session. Some people just have a first name. Some people have first and last names. Some people have first, middle, and last names. Of course, different cultures, whatnot. Yeah, a lot of naming going on. I don't know what I'm saying. Your task is to initialize the middle names if there are any. If there is any, actually. This person may be from a different culture or whatever. Okay, so looking at the examples, you're given a string name where you have names separated by spaces. And then the task is to, if there are middle names, they're going to be shortened to their initial. Like the second one and the fourth one. You notice on this first one and this third one, there's no middle name, so there's no change. So really, if you're only given a first and a last, or only given a first, you do nothing. If there are at least three names, you're going to initialize every name in the middle. And initialize in this sense means capitalize the first letter and put a period after it, like you do here and like you do here and here. Because I have a lot of experience with Codewars, I know that they're going to have some extreme cases where it's going to be unrealistic, and they're going to have many middle names. They'll probably have a test case with 30 or 40 middle names. So the code that's written has to be able to accommodate any number of middle names. I can't just say, oh, if there's one or there's two or there's three, because that's more in a normal range. You can't really hard code this. You got to make it generic and account for any possible number of middle names. All right, let's go, people. Enough yapping. Let's get to clapping or coding. Coding doesn't rhyme though, so it didn't sound as cool. All right, we get in here, and so name is going to be a set of names separated by spaces. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to split it, because I know it's going to be separated by spaces. I'm assuming so. So I'm going to split it, and it's going to make it naturally separate from a string into a list of strings where each name is going to be isolated. And then once each name is isolated, I can kind of do my thing and change the middle names to initials. Before I do that, though, I'm going to do one check here. I'm going to check if the length of the list is less than or equal to 2, I am simply going to return the original name, because I have nothing to do in this case. I'm only getting one or two names, and that's it. And there's no middle names, so there's nothing to do in this case. Okay, now on to the meat of the exercise. What I'm going to do, I'm going to set up a loop where I go through. I'm going to start after the first name and loop until I'm before the last name, really catching only the middle names, and I'm going to modify all the middle names. So loop, and I'm going to modify my range. So I'm going to start at index 1, because index 0 is the first name. I don't need to mess with the first name, so I'm going to start at the first middle name, and I'm going to loop until right before the last name, looping in between the first and the last name to catch any possible number of middle names, and then I'm going to modify the middle names. Nope, split name minus 1. So when the end of my range is the length of the list minus 1, I'm really going to stop, or the last item I'm going to process is the item at the length minus 2, which is the second to last, which would be the last middle name. Length minus 1 is going to be the last name. Of course, I'm not going to mess with that one. So leave it intact, leave it there. No reason to loop it. No reason for it to come up in the loop. Kind of crossing myself up here with my speech. Okay, for each middle name, I'm going to do something in the body. I'm going to get the first letter, uppercase it, the first letter of the middle name, uppercase it, then put a period after it. And it is going to look like this. Split name index I will be one of the middle names. I'm going to change its value, making a new string that's going to be the first letter of the name followed by a dot. So the first letter of the name is going to be this. I'm going to use double indexing. Split name I is the name. Split name I index 0 is going to be the first letter of that name. I'm going to uppercase it, and then I'm going to add a period to it, thus initializing it. That's the work right there. Once this loop is done, I will have a list of first names, initialized middle names, and then the last name. So I've got a list. I'm supposed to return a string. So I'm going to return the string right here. So I'm going to type return, and I'm going to convert the list back into a string using the join function. And there we go. There's your joining. The list is joined to a string, and between each element I'm placing a space. That's what this syntax is for. And that's it. Solution offered, or whatever. And that one works, and that one works. Great, great, great. Alrighty, folks, that is it, and this is your solution for Initialize My Name Python exercise done in Codewars. Okay. Happy Sunday, good morning, good afternoon, good night, and that is it for me. With that one, I am out of here, folks. See ya.